Alright, we're out here today with a Winchester Model 70. I have always wanted to try one of these out, and now I finally get to, thanks to my good buddy Brad. Not only loaned the rifle for review today, but also some hand loads so we can shoot it. There's the stats on those for anyone who wanted to know. This is a 70s production Model 70.
This is a featherweight model, comes in about a pound lighter than the standard 70. And some of the ways they achieved this weight reduction was by a trimmed stock, thin contour barrel, aluminum in place of steel for some parts, hollowed out bolt handle, and for you experts, feel free to leave down in the comments section anything I may have missed.
Got a target down there at 100 yards. We'll shoot a group or two with it at 300. Where's it at? There it is. I got a steel gong there just kind of propped up. And then clear out here, if I can see with the freaking sunlight, about center of the screen, black 16-inch gong back there at 500 yards. We'll take a whack at that as well.
This ended up being kind of out of focus, and with the sunlight and all that, it just looked kind of terrible. So I'm going to fast forward you guys through this, and then I'll show you the shots up close. So you can see the shots up there at the top dot. For some reason they were off to the left. Later on when I'm shooting longer, it's perfectly lined up for me, so I'm not quite sure why they were a little bit off to the left for me at 100 and then fine further out. Could have just been me. But these were my very first shots with this rifle, and that is about a 1-inch group center to center there at 100 yards. But now we'll go ahead and swing down here. This is a 20-inch steel plate, 300 yards. I am not the only marksman down here, but you will see my shots. And the dirt you see kick up when I hit it is just from the bullet fragmenting. Now I'll show you two zoomed out so you can see me hitting it from behind the rifle, and then we'll reach out there to 500 yards and do the same thing. Down here, 500 yards, that is a 16-inch steel plate. Sorry about the appearance here. I had a guy run down there in a Jeep like 50 miles an hour and back. Kicked up all kinds of dust. That combined with the fact that the sun was setting there and the whole range was shaded over there. Kind of difficult to see the target here, but I'll do what I can with the editor to make it a little more visible. I did what I could here. This is best as I could get it, because if I tried to turn the brightness up more, it was just a whiteout due to all the dust in the air. Now I'm going to show you guys up close, but you might be able to see it if you look close enough here. That shot was just a tad low and off to the right edge. I was holding right because, remember, I was slightly left at 100 yards. But as I said, that was not an issue down here. And that second shot hit the same freaking spot. So as I said, I took two more here from behind the rifle so you can see me taking the shots. I'm going to turn the brightness up here. It's getting really dark out. But seeing they were just on the right edge there because I was holding right, assuming it was going to be a little left due to my target at 100 yards, which again could have just been me. Because I don't think you're getting spin drift yet at 500 yards, so it's probably just me for some reason shooting left at 100 yards a little bit. So for these two shots, I held dead center, and that is exactly where they hit. This thing was shooting amazing. So I'll show you both those down there up close here in just a second. That 1/4-inch steel gong down there rings absolutely amazing. I'm finding that at 500 yards it holds, it's only a pistol gong, but at 500 yards it seems to hold up to these rifle calibers okay. It rings super loud for a caliber like this, but I can actually hear rimfire hit it out there, which is why I use a 1/4-inch. Even 5.56 223 is hard to hear hit 3/8-inch steel out there at 500. You can hear those no problem on that thing at 500. But I always have linked in the description under the video where I get my steel targets from, so be sure to check out that link if you're looking for some loud ringing gongs. So here's the 16-inch gong we were just hitting at 500 yards. Again, the two off to the right, and yes, that is two, was the first two shots, and they're off to the right again because I was holding off to the right. They're only about a 1/2 inch apart center to center. And then the last two you guys saw there from behind the rifle, aiming dead center, and that's exactly where they hit. And those ones are about 2 inches apart center to center. Absolutely fantastic performance. No doubt the hand loads help some, but so does this trigger. But before we get to the trigger, I wanted to show you just how absolutely smooth this action is. And this is your safety. Now let me show you this trigger. £3, 1.7 ounce. £3, 0.8 of an ounce. So just under 3 pounds in an ounce. The trigger has absolutely no take up, absolutely no creep. Very smooth, starting to apply pressure, crisp break.
So that wraps this one up, short and sweet. I don't got to send many rounds down range when it's shooting that good, and also I don't need to know much else about a rifle to say, hey, I absolutely love this thing, than for it to shoot as good as this thing did today. Absolutely amazing footage. Hopefully, not hopefully, I will get that images in there if I didn't already of the target down there, so you guys can see those crazy groups down there at 500 yards. This thing is a stinking tack driver, especially with those burger hand loads he gave me with them there. Absolutely fantastic. Super smooth action, as I showed and discussed. Amazing freaking trigger. And she's a tack driver. Not to mention classic looks. What's not to love? Not only does it have the performance, but it's got the looks too. But if you guys are looking for any of the stuff I use in my videos, like my shooting bag there, and that's the other thing too, that I don't even have a rear bag and I shot that stinking good. What's that tell you? I bet that thing would shoot under 1/2 inch groups. But anyways, for the bag, target stand I use, shoot and see targets I use, my steel targets out there, safety glasses, earmuffs, rangefinder, way more. Links under the video for all that. And for things I cannot link to on YouTube, be sure to check out my campsite page, which is also linked under the video. But thanks for stopping by, checking this one out today, guys. I really appreciate it. And I hope to catch you on the next one.